All right, folks, how are we doing? It's Shabash. It's October. That means we've got a new monthly event in Orna, and we've got the Hallowed event. This has come back yet again for, I think, the third time actually. There will be something new later on in the month. We'll touch on that later, but for now, let's talk about Pumpkinhead. Two different Pumpkinheads we've got. We've got the raid boss, and we have the follower as well. So you can see actually I've got also the Hallowed sprite pack. So we've got 4 or 5 different pumpkin heads on the screen here. Let's talk about the Kingdom Raid. First, we've got it does also of course happen in it can be summoned from summoning scrolls as well. Tier 8 Kingdom Raid and World Raid. This is currently the same raid as before. This is the only raid we've got this month currently. There might be something at the back end of the month, but as I said, we'll come onto that. So this is a fairly difficult event raid relative to its tier, so definitely going to be good if you are in an active kingdom taking this guy down. It does have some hard-hitting abilities, onslaught as well, and when he starts throwing pumpkins at your head, yeah, your run's going to be pretty much over. So let's talk about the drops. Starting with the white sheet. This is a tier 8 item, and it's actually really solid for its tier. We have sleep immunity. First off, it just gives you blanket sleep immunity, and then it's got very balanced defense and resistance. So this was actually back, I think, in 2019 when this first came. This was definitely like best in slot. Head item with the balanced res and defense. It was kind of on par with the Arisen Witch's Hat. Nonetheless, for new tier 8s coming, you will be really happy to get a decent one of these. And before I continue, actually, just take note that Pumpkinhead drops a different range of tiered items, and you do have to be of the relevant tier to receive that drop. So if you're tier 7 and below, you're not going to get a white sheet when you kill Pumpkinhead at all. Similarly, for the old Hallowed Blade, for example, that's a tier 10 weapon. You will not get an old Hallowed Blade unless you are at least tier 10. Good source of gauntlet keys, as normal with event raids. Then we've got the Bag of Treats. Now, this is an awesome little accessory. Now, with the new Orn gain scaling, Bag of Treats gives you increased experience, Orns, gold, and there's also a little luck bonus as well, increasing drops as well. So this is a tier 5 item, so really good world farming and gauntlet farming accessory for new players if you can get in there. Tier 5, it's actually, until you get to kind of Band of Gods at tier 9, is probably your best option. Obviously the Ring of Restraint with a heavy experience penalty. Forget that, pick up a couple of these. And again, if you can find a quality version, I'll show you my quality version later on, but now that quality affects Orn gain, Bag of Treats, you get increased experience, increased Orns, really nice pickup. If you can get a couple of these, definitely a good shout. Tier 5 item, so great for the mid-game. Then we have the Bag of Tricks, which is an offhand item. It basically procs all different types of status afflictions on your enemy. To be fair, I've not played around with it too much. The proc rates aren't super high. At least they weren't when I was playing with it last year. I wouldn't guess that the proc rates are super significant this time, but can be good, especially for codex, hunters, researchers. It does proc a whole range of status afflictions. Then we have the Hallowed Candle. This is a consumable candle, provides you a 1 hour experience increase buff, so you definitely want to save these and time it for your kingdom temples, experience events, etc. Just a nice little bonus for people still leveling up. We then have the old Hallowed Blade. This is a tier 10 weapon. This thing is pretty bonkers. It's a rare drop, so you're not going to get this all the time. Even if you solo Pumpkinhead itself, it's not a guaranteed drop. There's a tier 10 two-handed sword with a hell truckload of mana. Like with a good one of these, you get like almost 1,000 mana, and you get over 1700, 1800 attack. A Godforge 200% gives 1992 base attack with 10 adornment slots at Godforge. This thing is pretty insane. The mana, the mana works supremely well with Crimson Pinions for Swash builds. It does have negative ward on it, but not over 100%. So you will still have some amount of ward. Also, with the introduction of the Trevelyan charms, giving up to 15% offensive stat boosts if you are equipped with a two-handed weapon, and you can equip 2 of those charms. Yeah, significant offense attack possible with the old Hallowed Blade. So I'm thinking Swashbuckler, I'm thinking Raider as well for Realm Shifter. Awesome weapon, but again, pretty hard to get. We then have the Hallowed Monster Tomb, which is a tier 5 experience tomb, slightly better than the Greater Monster Tomb. So again, another reason for the tier 5 to kind of tier 7 players to chip away, at least get some damage in, tag it. That could keep you going. But we then have the Hallowed Witch's Hat, again another tier 5 drop, and again actually a highly coveted Swash item. You will be looking for a broken one of these if you are playing Swash. Got pretty low, very low defense to start with anyway, but it actually gives you immunity to the 4 basic status afflictions. That's burning, frozen, paralyzed, and rot. And not only that, it does come with 5 adornment slots at Masterforge. So it's like having a Ring of Anwin on your head, and you can play about with the slots with whatever you want, really. So Swashies are going to want to ideally find broken elemental versions of these. Myself, I've got a couple of broken ones. I will probably keep going for an elemental broken one as well. So a really nice mix of kind of mid-game leveling gear, and then you've got some nice kind of higher tier gear. The white sheet is really good relative to its tier, and then you got the old Hallowed Blade there as well. So yeah, it's a nice fun raid. And then for follower wise, we have the Pumpkinhead pet himself. So this is a tier 8 pet, Masterforge quality. So if you are looking to pick one of these up, definitely head over to the Orna Legends Discord. We've got people sharing the event pet. It's currently the only pet available this month, and it's good fun. I actually did a Beowulf run with Pumpkinhead pet last year. One of my first videos I made. Very interesting. It's actually really solid for its tier. The most kind of defining feature of Pumpkinhead is having the 10% protect chance, 10% flat chance to block. So I've actually kind of memed around with Beowulf Swash with this a few times, and you get up to 18% block chance, which is super funny. But the skills are actually solid as well. We got Blast 3, Elementless Attack, and Wallop are the main ones that actually proc. Wallop actually procs Temp double downs for defense and resistance. Super nice. Then you've got Dark Strike 3, Holy Strike 3. They do pretty heavy damage as well. But Wallop, super nice. So definitely if you're kind of going through pet build, either on your alt or as a newer player, you're kind of going from Dragon Knight up to Freyr, even Bahamut, you can have a lot of fun with this as your pet. And that's kind of it currently for the Hallowed event itself. However, I want to raise your attention to the new event calendar available at playorna.com/calendar. You just actually click on events there, and you can see we've got the current event, the Hallowed, which is what we've just talked about, the Pumpkinhead. But this is new. We get you can actually plan your experience and Orn temples with your kingdom. You get this is actually absolutely awesome. So we've got an experience event coming next weekend, and then Spelunking event kind of 10 days after that. But in the middle, we have something Very new. Nobody has seen this before. Boo! Scary out there. October 15th, the second half of October, all the way up to Halloween, we get a new event. Uh, your guess is as good as mine. Never seen this before, don't know what's happening. I would think that it's something similar to I'm going to guess that it's going to be another raid, either another raid or some kind of new boss that you find in Gauntlets, or something. Maybe a couple of different tiered bosses. If you played a couple of months ago, we had Fallen Merlin come back for like 10 days. Even earlier in the year, we had Mimics come back for a couple of days. So this is going to be something fresh, something to freshen up the month. You know, when it's like a lot of kingdoms, I think they play the new month super hard, especially if it drops on a weekend. The first couple of days, everybody's raiding hard to get new gear and stuff. Maybe your kingdom is more balanced in how you attack the event raids throughout the month. But this is definitely going to be super interesting towards the second half of the month. So let me know in the comment section what you think. What's your prediction for this very scary event at the end of October? What we're expecting? Yeah, difficult to tell. And as always, I want to thank all my Arisen Orna Legends supporters. Keep the channel going on Twitch and on Patreon. And yeah, we've got hopefully Orna 3.0 going live very soon. Looking forward to playing with everyone, especially on any viewers. We're going to start streaming that when that goes live as well. But yeah, Pumpkinhead, good luck getting the gear. Before we sign off, I'll show you what I meant by having my nice bag of treats. It's actually one of the only 2 items I found Master Forge. Got this, you can see at the very end of October 2020. And with the new percentages, you can actually see the bonuses you get for this. So yeah, 33%, 34% Orn bonus. Actually really pretty solid. Second best Band of Gods. The luck bonus as well. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for watching. I'm Shubash, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.